ladies and gentlemen, you know, if you read this email from Michael, he's absolutely right. I've been saying this for quite some time. So this is going to be my last video for 2025. Because it seems like people rather support criminals than support an honest living life. So take this video with a grain of salt. I'm here, arrived at 21st Court Square just a moment ago. And I want to express my concerns because it seems like I have 7,000, it claims that I have 7,030 subscribers. And as Michael stated in his email, if I do have 7,030 subscribers, right? $1, one simple, easy dollar could have helped me solve my problem with my GoFundMe and my cancer recovery. $1 from each person could have solved my living situation, my rent and my food and transportation expense. Mind you, how am I supposed to get to the hospital? Wait. Here's the thing. The money that I have currently in the GoFundMe is not enough to cover for a deposit, a security deposit, and one first month's rent. Most places here in New York City, right, want 2 months rent and 1 month security. So keep that in mind. Sometimes they want double both, but I digress, right? I was doing some apartment searching, and I honestly ran across, this is, mind you, this is not in the location that I was looking for, but I was walking down the block, and I said to myself, let me go to a community fridge. So I'm making shortcuts through Brooklyn, right? And I'm saying to myself, like, I hope there's food. And then I come across a brownstone. This brownstone, not going to name the streets, not going to record it just yet until I get confirmation. But it's just like room for sublet for monthly charge. Monthly, not rent for the month. Monthly charge. And I was like, that's perfect, right? I ring the bell, and a couple answers. The couple explained to me why they're renting the room, and blah, blah, blah. They already rent a room to one other girl, so it's their brown house. They live there, but mind you, it's their brown house, right? And I told them my situation, that the reason why I want to rent from you for a short amount of time, and this is perfect, is because I'm going through a cancer surgery recovery. And it was like, oh, so you need a place to recover. Correct. And they explained to me that, like, if you would have signed up for, like I was explaining to you in another video about the house's new program that Adam started. Listen, you have to sign up 6 to 8 months in advance. Even these folks knew that, right? They was like, oh, it's too late for you. I was like, I'm just looking for a sublet. I don't care about my medical bills. I don't care about the cost of the life. That's not my concern, right? My concern is living. So I explained to my condition. I showed them proof of documentation. And it was like, yeah, but it is first come, first serve. So I told them, has anyone else came by and checked this out? There was one other person, but that person seemed uncertain. So I said, I would definitely come back if it's still available, if I only raise the money for it. So now I'm talking to everyone that supported the GoFundMe currently, and everyone agrees that, where is your subscribers? Why are your subscribers not donating at least $1 per person? And I kept telling everyone, it's not truly 7,000 subscribers, because half of that is probably YouTube bots and spam accounts. The other one is a bunch of inconsiderable individuals that continue to email on me anonymously and try to cause problems when you're not even causing a dent. This person can't even spell. Just to clarify who I'm talking about. It's the same guy I posted about earlier. He really doesn't understand how the internet and how his device and any other computer works. Everything that you do, everything that you type, every keystroke, every freaking number that you dial, it's being recorded. Regardless of what system. Microsoft does this shit too. PayPal does this shit too. Everybody does it. Honey violates your fucking privacy. Which you don't understand. But, ladies and gentlemen, this person continues to show, and other people continue to show, how inconsiderable and inconsistent they are, because it's messing up also my opportunities to talking to our audience about the repercussions about what is about to happen or may happen next month. You guys don't want to be part of the human race. This is why I said what I said earlier this week. We are our own worst enemy, and you guys sit here and you want to protest or fund. Like my friend Jay said earlier on Instagram, he said, I can't believe rollerbladers bailed out a rollerblader for doing, mind you, here's a known fact. People bailed out a rollerblader from jail. Listen to this story. People bailed out a rollerblader from jail for committing a crime that he committed. And I'm saying to myself, wow, you'd rather support criminals than support a human life. So, Michael, you are right. If everybody had a freaking dollar, think about how many so-called views YouTube says I receive per live stream. If that's the case for the last 2.5 months, YouTube, I should have had way over $7,000. Or the fact that anyone on this channel is not being communicative. They don't want to talk. They don't want to chat in the comments. It's like they want to be mysterious. For what reason? What's their reason? I ask you guys to subscribe, to support. No one solicited and no one's a grifter. As you notice from that email, this guy can't even spell grifter right. Elementary school tactics. So, ladies and gentlemen, I updated my GoFundMe. I left a very important message. And I hope everyone gets my last message. Because this is not all me. I reached out to our audience. Not even that. I came to you when you asked for help. Financially back in the day. Every last one of you. And you know who you are. That's why I say you're a bunch of hypocrites. This is why me and everyone and my ex-wife Yuki and Laura Bryan call you guys hypocrites. You guys have no sympathy. And that's okay. So take it with a grain of salt. I'm not mad. It just shows you that you rather support criminals than support a human life that's going through, mind you, a human problem. So, ladies and gentlemen, fair warning. I have a very few days to either gather the rest of these funds or I'm going to be shit out of luck. Now, not all of it is going to be shit out of luck because guess what? If I do have the money and I cash out, mind you, I can't stay anywhere else. I can't stay at the hostel because it's a health violation. I can't stay at hostels. This is why we were trying to get a monthly or a sublet. But people pretend to not listen to the narrative. I am fighting for my life. And people don't understand, like my stomach right now is in pain. Everyone has had some concern, but no one wants to reach out mentally, mind you, mentally. That's not saying, oh, I'm so sorry about your issue. That's not mentally. That's just sympathetically trying to show some fake ass remorse, like every other person did when I lost E. when I came to New York. And 3 years later, 2 years later, oh, I'm sorry about your condolences. Really, bro? I publicized that on social media, went on radio shows, television shows in Wisconsin. And mind you, these people claim that I'm a hard person to find on the internet. And I'm saying to myself, that's bullshit. Because everything I do and everything I publish, mind you, I'm a publisher too. I publish and I copyright everything. You could Google me right now, ladies and gentlemen, Google The Panda Photographer, and then go to images. Everything that I do on YouTube, every post that I post, you can see it. This is why there's an archive. And you people telling me I'm very hard to find, especially these so-called rollerbladers in New York City, saying that I'm a hard person to find. Man, I was on Japanese television. I was in Wisconsin. I work for the state. You telling me, and mind you, not only that, ladies and gentlemen, I visit from time to time to New York City. And people act like they don't know where I am. They don't know how to use social media. They don't know how to use an email contact or pick up their phone. Or actually, if you go to my website, all my information is there. Email, phone number, well, changes of phone numbers. It's excuses. Yes, you did see someone just made a racial N-word slur. It goes to show, this is what the proof that I'm showing you, that my subscription count is nothing but a lie, and YouTube lies about who is actually subscribed to you. They send these bots and these spam accounts to your YouTube, and they know it because to them, it's a money-making situation. They don't care if you get scammed. They don't care if you get, mind you, you're being lied to on the internet. But when I come out and start speaking flexing my First Amendment, YouTube has a problem with it. So, just to give you a recollection, everybody, this is the kind of hate that I get for being transparent and honest. So, I want to definitely talk to this idiot that thinks I'm a grifter. You know what a grifter is? You understand the definition. Because I have to literally tell this guy what the definition is. Because if that was so, why the police ain't knocking? Dumbass. Why would I do this on what I just said moments ago, everybody? Why would I do this on the very platform that FBI, NYPD, CIA, any law enforcement can literally research to see if I'm doing something wrong? That's how idiot and how idiocracy some people are. Don't put their brains together. The internet is not a safe place no more. Your privacy is not private anymore. You gave up those rights when you opt in. You don't even check the disclaimer or the policy agreements on all of these. I did, because I said, I don't care I don't care what you find on me. You won't find any dirt. You won't find a criminal history. You won't find anything. That's why I do it. Because to show you that I have more strength than you. I can sleep out here and, mind you, in negative 10-degree weather while you sleeping in your home. I have to literally sleep out here to save all of my money. I have to save all of my money by sacrificing the place that I was literally paying rent for. Because no one wanted to reach out and no one wanted to extend a hand other than a very, very few people, which is only 3.7% of you, which is only a very few. It should be 20%, 30%. And I looked at the statistics. Most YouTubers do get support from their subscribers. And I'm talking about 63% of support. Compared to my 3%, 3.7. Just to give you clarity, 3.7%. That includes Michael, Laura Bryan, Alicia, Phil, and whoever recently donated. 3.7. But I just watched a YouTube video where you supported a criminal. Yes, Lord Brian, you don't have to speak up for me anymore, man. I know you've been trying. And mind you, Lord Brian is the oldest friend here out of everyone. Everyone. He's the oldest. He knew me before. He knew me when I was a kid. Come on, man. It's shameful that like I have to literally go through this shit. So, guess what? My daughter is aware of it because I let her know yesterday what the fuck is going on with the rental. He's like, are we going to have a problem? Are we going to push back this surgery? I was like, I don't want to push it back. He said, listen, you here into the 14th, 15th, right? I said, yeah. He said, you can find out something in between there, right? I said, maybe. So now I gotta bring my laptop to the hospital. I don't want to bring these things to the hospital. I don't want to bring too much to the hospital. Like last time, I don't want to bring a lot of shit to the hospital. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I've spoken for myself. I've spoken for the medical issues that I've been having. I spoke up and proven to you. We even went to the hospital on this channel last year, this year. We actually went through several phases of medical issues this year. And even the rollerbladers that were supporting me, like Jay and everyone else, can even vouch for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have 7,000 subscribers or 7,000 supporters supporting to keep the lights on here and also to keep me alive and stay alive. They'd rather see me Paris at 46 than 76. I'm not saying all of you, but those that do understand, come on. $1 per each subscriber could have ended this a long time ago. The GoFundMe could have ended. I would have said, oh guys, thank you for supporting. We raised $7,000 to only the YouTube with you guys with the 7,000 subscribers. You helped me raise $7,000, or it may not be $7,000. It may be like $6,000. But like I said, my subscribers are not genuine. Some of them are bots from YouTube specifically, and some of them are just spam accounts, and some of them are physical people that just want to go online and start tormenting people. We have no idea that everything that you fucking do is being documented and recorded. Even if you do it anonymously, each keystroke is being told because you're using a certain software. You're using Mac, you're using Microsoft, right? I guarantee you, you're using Windows. Windows literally, mind you, they had this mind you, it was controversy. They wanted to capture everything that you were doing on your screen. And each keystroke that you put in, you don't think they know? How you think PayPal knows how to give you promotion codes? When I mean PayPal, I mean Honey, which has been under fire for, mind you, lying to consumers and lying to market affiliates. Because what they're doing, allegedly, mind you, is a violation of the Constitution and American citizens' rights. It's actually a violation in the federal level. But you know when that happens with a 500 Fortune company, they probably would get away with it. Someone would get slapped on the wrist, serve some time in jail, and everyone's probably going to forget what they did. But guess what? You can't forget what they did. They're a 500 Fortune brand. Well, I should say company, not brand. But the point of what I'm trying to tell everyone is that these so-called people that are trying to divert my audience from my channel to their bullshit, yeah, you let them win. You in the audience let them win because you allowed them to win. You never spoke up for me. Only those that spoke up for me are the ones that actually leave comments and actually leave feedback. So Michael says, I never met this man. I should never have yet. When he discovered, I heard of all his tragedies. Listen, my first tragedy was, fighting my state employer. Well, it wasn't my state employer. Fighting against Porchlight with the EEOC. Then we got robbed. Mind you, we're not even going to talk about E. That was before all this. But and still, I'm still standing here, proving to you guys that I'm still fighting. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not drinking fucking, what is it, vodka and all that crazy Hennessy shit. And mind you, someone just recently, a few days ago, offered me some alcohol. I don't drink that, bro. I drink some sake. I drink some soju. But I'm not drinking that shit. No way. I can't take hard alcohol because my body, for some reason, that alcohol consumption type, it depends. It just doesn't fit right with my body. You know what I mean? But everybody wants to pretend that I'm still the enemy for some reason. I never met you. I came on this platform to tell my story as an honest person. And all I got was retaliation from a group of people that have never met me in their entire life, but want to make these so-called claims. They got proof, evidence, and they got receipts. Like the stupid Swedish/Danish. He's actually Danish, but he lives in Sweden. What receipts? This is why people were laughing at his videos. Messaging me like, yo, dude, you let this dude do this? No, YouTube allow him to do this to me. They don't stick up for the little man. YouTube never does and will never will. But this guy is trying to cash on my sorrows. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I updated my GoFundMe. If people don't want to respond, hey, take it with a grain of salt. I tried. Not only did I try, I even gave up my housing so we can save up money. If that's not trying, then I don't know what the fuck that is. I gave up my housing just to save that rent money and put it towards the GoFundMe. If you guys don't think that is trying, then just unsubscribe, leave me the fuck alone, and go somewhere else. Because you guys don't understand sacrifices. You guys truly don't understand sacrifices and it means to how to sacrifice. And I'm out here freezing every fucking night just because of this. Because people so-called say, oh, I support mankind. You don't support mankind. You support only yourself and only yourself when it comes down to yourself, which is great. But you as a person didn't get to where you are alone, did you? You had help, right? Parents, friends, strangers, teachers, motivators, captains, sergeants, majors, generals, no matter what it is, you had help to get to where you were. So why can't you do the same and pay it forward? So with that said, everyone, I just feel like my mental health has come into play because I feel like no one wants to listen. And here's another reason why I believe this, because people are still racist in this country. People never want to believe black men, but all black women. Because the stereotype is that, and let's be really honest here, you listen to someone of a different skin color that tells you shouldn't trust black people. We always never trust black people. That's why they were slaves. But you guys lie, mind you, our history books, and mind you, it's been lying to us. Everything that we have here were invented by black individuals. Do the research. Our history, even our science classes, were lying to us as kids. telling us what the planets are. Now Pluto is not a fucking planet. You see what I mean? The misinformation. The misinformation. But you guys are saying that I'm misleading you? You've been misled all your lives. With education and your teachers didn't teach you proper math or teaching science or grammar in that fact. You haven't been taught properly. You've been misled. Now look at all the textbooks in school. All the textbooks in school are now reforming and re-educating people about our, mind you, our solar system. When I was a kid, I was lied to about the solar system. How do you think I feel now? Wait, think about that. At age 11, I was told that the solar system had all these planets. And now I get to age 26, 33. Now they're saying Pluto is not a planet. What is it then? Now they tell us that Saturn has this and Jupiter has this. So you lied to me when I was in school. That means I wasn't taught properly. So with that said, everyone, the point of what I'm trying to make here is, ladies and gentlemen, is that everyone sits here and pretend they know what is best. They think they know everything. They think they are wise enough to distinguish a lie from the truth. But guess what? Everything that you thought that was a lie has come to fruition on this channel. No one lied about anything. And people on the channel are testifying for me, and you still won't listen. So, the 7,000 subscribers that I have is nothing but a fake number. It's not an actual representation on your audience. It's actually a lie. And this is why I can literally say for myself that my audience and my subscription on my channel is a lie, because YouTube wants to play it that way. YouTube wants to deceive us. That's the griffer. Stupid. Yes, deceiving is griffin. That's YouTube's. That's what YouTube does. But with that said, everyone, if I can't raise this money by the 5th of January, wish me luck, everybody. Seriously, wish me the best luck. Because winter is just began. Winter just began, like a week ago. Think about that. You're like, oh shit, you're right. The 21st or the 22nd of this month was just the beginning of winter. I don't know what you want me to sacrifice now. I sold some of my studio gear. I sold stuff that I didn't want to sell. I even put my own money towards the GoFundMe. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a happy New Year 2026. I hope you have a good 2026. I really do. And for all you so-called fake friends out there that I once supported back in the day, don't ever talk to me in 2026. That's if I'm alive in 2026. Don't ever email me. This is why I removed everyone from my Instagram. You all bunch of talking, sorry motherfuckers. Lying in my face. And lying to Lord Brian. You guys should feel ashamed of yourselves. You literally just lied to Lord Brian. He asked you, mind you, Lord Brian asked a few rollerblades what they're going to support. They said, yeah. Lord Brian was going to do the transaction, the GoFundMe transaction for me. And that never happened. And I told Lord Brian, that's because people like to talk on the internet so they can look cool on the internet, but not look cool in person. How can you look cool on the internet when you just lied? Think about it. You look cooler if you would have done it. And I would have posted like, thank you, blah, blah, blah for the donation, blah, 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 right? You would have been cooler, but no. You just want to look cool in front of and impress all these fake friends that surround you. So with that said, everyone, I'm just being kind of emotional, but kind of in a very... I'm in a panic because I know what's going to happen. It's going to be unpleasant. So with that said, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I was just trying to reach out for one last time because this is my last effort. This is it. There are no more do-overs. This has to be done. So if you guys don't want to... And that doesn't have to necessarily apply to me. That can apply to anyone that is suffering through medical fucking procedures. $1 can change. But like I said, Michael, Phil, Lisa, everyone else, I don't have a true 7,000 subscribers. It is all fake numbers. It's not a realistic. But then again, you could say to yourself, like, but you get lots of views on your live streams. And that is my point. The point is, people don't want to listen to things like this because it doesn't interest them. They don't care if you live or die. They don't want to care if you have cancer until they have it. And then it's now their turn. So I cannot wait till you also receive your own suffering and pain. And now you're going to feel what I feel. You're going to want, and you're going to ask for that request from a number of people. Yeah, you in the audience. One day, you're going to be in my fucking shoes, and you're going to be asking everyone to support you when you can't work for a month or so because you have to recover. It's going to be you next. I guarantee it. And that goes for everyone. Because guess what? We're a human race. We get all types of symptoms. Cancer, we get all types of symptoms. Heart disease, heart problem, heart failure. We get all types of medical issues, right? Everyone thinks they're invincible. One day you're going to be in my shoes and you're going to ask for that same help. And I hope people do deliver it to you. But don't say I didn't tell you so when it doesn't happen to you. When people don't want to donate to you, you're going to feel like, oh, wow, people just don't care. Well, you didn't care about me, or the person next to me, or the person before me, or the person after me. That's why, Michael, your $1, and I have said this $1 suggestion multiple times on this channel. If people donated $1 each month to support the channel, I can literally help feed other homeless men and women like this homeless, even though he's not actually. He's panhandling. He's panhandling. Because he's going to go to the Nassau train station. Yeah, this young man, he hustles. He has, mind you, he has a place to go. He comes down here and he hustles. And I'm saying, didn't I see you in Broadway Junction? People don't remember, people don't think that other people have photographic memories. He was at Broadway Junction just the other day. Ain't nothing wrong with him. Yeah, that young man that's down there, he put himself out here because he didn't want to go to school. He didn't want to listen to his parents. But guess what? Here's the ironic part. They will help him first before they help someone with a medical condition. This man has 2 feet, 2 arms, and mind you, he's not even 25. He has potential to get off his ass and work just like I do. You don't see me out here panhandling, but they do it. And you saw 2 police officers, they don't give a fuck anymore. They're going to let him panhandle, which it is actually technically not allowed in the subway. This is why police officers pick and choose who panhandles, and they pick their victims. But like I said, everyone, you don't see me panhandling and lying to people. His sign says something totally different, which is a lie. I'm not hating on the dude. I'm just giving you guys clarity. When we were walking by him at the beginning of this video, he knew exactly who I was. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to share that I don't panhandle, I don't do drugs, I'm not a gangbanger, I'm not robbing people. I'm just trying to survive the best way I can without all this nonsense. And I can't even get people to literally support my housing situation. So with that said, everyone, I hope you guys have a very good 2026. I really do. I bless you all, guys. And mind you, I'm not a person that believes in God. I'm a person that believes in people. And I know people can do better, but people refuse to do better. People just refuse to do good unless they are rewarded, and then now they feel good, so now they want to do something nice. So you have to be rewarded to feel nice, to do something good for someone? Why can't it just be from the natural of your heart? But I digress. Some people's mentalities are like that. And like I said, everyone, this was supposed to cover the living expense, transportation, outpatient visits, food costs. Mind you, we also have other physical bills, and that's what people don't get it. Other physical bills. People literally have a phone bill, have memberships, have all types of other things they want to sign up for. Mind you, that I have, but no one respects that. So I'm saying this to you. Have a good 2026. Please do. Have a good 2026. I just don't want to be bothered by you, by some of you fake so-called human fucking people. Some of you folks don't care about the human race. Look at that vaping. Knowing that, see, mind you, that's illegal in the subway. Keep that in mind. People want to vape. People want to smoke cigarettes. See how she just vape? And mind you, she can get away with it. I guarantee if I was vaping, I would have got a ticket. You see what I mean? So, ladies and gentlemen, I just don't like what's going on right now. And I don't like how people are pretending to have information when they don't have access to any information. Because if you did, you would have posted a long time ago. But you don't have it. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. Don't listen to that negative audience. Because they don't have anything. Because if they did, they would have posted a long time ago. They're just searching, they looking. They're going through my Facebook. See, they're going to my Facebook because I allow you to. Do you understand? I will allow you to look at my social media accounts. They're not private. I literally purposely left them open so you can think that you have control, but you don't. So when someone recently said they have receipts of evidence, you still haven't proven those PayPals because you knew I was telling the truth. Mr. Dimheart, you knew I was telling the truth. When I literally pointed out something very important about transactions on PayPal. They do not favor anyone. They are a Fortune 500 company. Why would they favor my black ass? So, ladies and gentlemen, have a good 2026. And I hope all of you enjoy your tomorrow celebrations. No, I'm not going live. Because I know that I'm not going to get what I need. So what I'm going to do is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get the surgery. And then I'm going to stay in a hotel. And I'm going to waste all of that money that we saved on a fucking hotel. That means like $200 to $300 a night. I'm going to be wasting. For one night. I'm going to be wasting that money for one night when I have fucking 30 to 45 days to recover. So keep that in mind. If you ladies got a problem, here's my ID badge. See, a lot of people of Asian have a problem here. I had to like yell at an Asian person earlier today about recording video. Because they think they have the fucking right. And I'm saying, you barely speak English. No offense. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my New York City credential ID from the city of New York. If anybody got a fucking problem with me recording, say it. All right then. Because that's what happened earlier today. Sir, you're not allowed to record on the subway. I'm like, says who, ma'am? And I pulled my city credentials. I was like, say that again in front of this camera. She's like, you can't record me. I was like, ma'am, you're in a one consent state. It turns out she's not even from fucking New York City. Stupid broad. People on the train have to tell her, like, where are you from? Guess where she's from? Indiana. Telling me what to fucking do. Yeah. Go back to Indiana. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a good 2026. Enjoy it. Have fun at your party somewhere. I'm not partying. Why am I going to a fucking party? My 2025 has not been that successful. I'm not celebrating for another unexplained year. Because mind you, these last 3-4 years have been unpredictable. Keep that in mind. Very unpredictable. So we don't know what to expect in 2026. And I don't really have hope. Because right now, my hopes and my dreams are being crushed right now to stay alive. So I'm done speaking about this. If I don't make my funds, I don't make my funds. If I disappear, don't text me and say, oh, where are you? Why are you not making videos? Like, wow, you don't pay attention. Watch, it's gonna happen. People are gonna message me like, hey, you haven't been making videos for like 2-3 weeks. I'm just saying, where you been? What do you mean what I've been? I've been talking about this for months. That's how people don't pay attention to the narrative. But thank you, Michael. Thank you, Lord Brian, for sticking up for me. Thank you, Lord Brian, for spilling the beans and telling the truth of that people are just fake within our community. They are fake. I called them out in their face and on social media. You're all fake. You guys sit here and you pretend to be friends of mine and others, but in reality, you got caught talking shit about me for no reason. I did nothing to this person. That's why you can't get a decent job. That's why you gotta sell cannabis, right? You know who I'm talking about. Trick ass skaters talking about they make bread, but you selling cannabis. You can't even get a real job. Selling cannabis is not a fucking real job. That's a job that you go when you know you did not succeed in college or in high school. Your last hope. Hopefully someone hire you and you stay at that job for 10 years. You think you're gonna make a salary working at a dispensary? Selling that I don't even know if that's cannabis. Right, Jay? Even Jay read that message like, damn, I didn't think he would say that. I was like, trust me. They all think they got bread, thinking they can fly with these chains. Mind you, these fucking, you spend all that money on the zirconium diamonds. Nah, man, it's degrading. That's why I'm gonna hold on to the messages that everyone shared to me, and this is why I know who is an ally and who's not. So with that said, everyone, sorry to babble about this for 45 minutes in the subway, but it's the only warm spot to do it because right now it is blazing windy outside and very, very frigid. And I gotta sleep out there, though. So keep that in mind. Yeah, I gotta go right back out there. So you guys enjoy your warm beds while I continue to keep saving my paychecks. Well, my last paycheck, which hopefully it comes in tomorrow. It's the last one, everybody. From this other employer. Now I only have one job. Mind you, I just got laid off. I'm being laid off tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow is my last day. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow's my last day at one of my employees. I got 2 part-time jobs, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the future's looking great for me in 2026, right? Yeah, right. So with that said, enjoy your 2026.